Heartfelt tribute. Katie Boulter's retirement and Alex Eala's epic win. Get well soon, Katie. The evening lights at Hong Kong's Victoria Park glowed softly over the court, where cheers at once thunder and rackets had clashed in pure athletic poetry. But now, as the night wind carried a hush through the stands, something far deeper than competition filled the air, a bittersweet blend of triumph and tears. Katie Boulter, the beloved British tennis star, had just announced her retirement, and across the net, Alex Eala, the young Filipina phenom who had fought her way to another stunning victory, stood in quiet disbelief. The contrast could not have been more poignant. One chapter closing, another just beginning. Yet the story that night wasn't about victory or defeat. It was about respect, legacy, and love for the game. A farewell born of pain and pride. It began with whispers. After her injury in the first round of the Hong Kong Open, fans feared the worst for Katie Boulter. Her ankle sprain looked severe, and her pained expression told a story that words couldn't. But when she returned days later, not to play, but to speak, the entire tennis world held its breath. On a quiet Sunday afternoon, Katie took the microphone on center court, surrounded by her family, friends, and fellow players. The crowd of thousands fell into reverent silence. "This isn't a goodbye I planned," she began, her voice trembling but strong. "But sometimes, life tells you it's time to listen, even when your heart still wants to fight." Tears welled in her eyes as she thanked her coaches, fans, and country. The British flag waved proudly among the crowd, and so did dozens of Philippine flags. Because one of the people standing near her, eyes glistening with emotion, was Alex Eala. To the next generation, to players like Alex, Katie continued, turning toward her younger counterpart. "Keep fighting, keep dreaming, and never forget the joy of this game. That's what tennis gave me, and that's what I'll carry forever." A wave of applause filled the air, and even the commentators' voices broke as they described the moment. Katie Boulter, fierce competitor, role model, and queen of grace, had said goodbye to professional tennis. From rivals to kindred spirits. It's rare in sports for two players from different nations and generations to share such genuine mutual respect. But Eala and Boulter's bond had been forged in something beyond victory, in empathy. Just weeks earlier, they had faced each other in what was supposed to be a thrilling three-set clash. Instead, fate intervened when Boulter's ankle gave way mid-rally. The world watched as Eala ran across the court to help her fallen opponent, whispering words of comfort while the crowd fell silent. That moment of compassion went viral, painting a new image of what true sportsmanship looks like. Now, as Boulter announced her retirement, Eala returned the favor, offering not sympathy but tribute. In her post-match speech following her second-round victory that same day, Alex spoke directly to the cameras. "Katie, if you're watching, this one's for you. You inspired me and so many others. I'll carry your spirit every time I step on court." Her voice wavered, but her message was clear. Tennis may have lost one champion, but her light will continue through others. The match that defined the future. That day, Eala's second-round match was more than a competition. It was a dedication. Facing the seasoned Russian Daria Saville, Eala played with an intensity that seemed fueled by emotion. Every forehand had fire. Every serve had purpose. Each rally echoed with the determination of someone not just fighting for herself, but for something bigger, the honor of those who paved the way. Spectators could feel it. When she saved 3 match points in a nerve-wracking third set, the crowd erupted, chanting her name. "Eala! Eala!" filled the stadium as she closed the match with a stunning backhand winner. The same shot that had once defined Boulter's own playing style. She fell to her knees in joy and exhaustion. But before celebrating, she looked skyward, her hands pressed together, a silent salute to her friend. The scoreboard read 6-7, 7-5, 7-6. But to Alex, it wasn't about numbers. It was about heart. Katie's legacy, a career of courage. Katie Boulter's journey has always been one of resilience. From her teenage days as Britain's rising star to her battles through injuries, she embodied grace under pressure. Her powerful forehand, her poise, and her ability to rise when others doubted her made her a fan favorite worldwide. Her 2023 Nottingham Open win marked one of the proudest moments of her career, a testament to years of grinding determination. She became a symbol of perseverance for British tennis, and an inspiration to younger players like Eala, who often watched her matches late at night from Manila as a teen. Katie played with a kind of calm fire. Eala once said in an interview, "She taught me that strength doesn't have to be loud." Now, as she steps away from the game, her influence continues, living on to the players she inspired to pick up a racket and believe in themselves. Eala's journey, from student to star, Alex Eala's rise in 2025 has been nothing short of spectacular. From her early training at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Spain to breaking into the WTA Top 50, she's become one of Asia's brightest tennis icons. But her path hasn't been without struggles. A legacy continued. News outlets across Europe and Asia ran headlines celebrating both women. From pain comes purpose. Katie Boulter's graceful exit, BBC. Alex Eala's emotional victory for her mentor and friend, the Manila Times. When tennis became poetry, Hong Kong's unforgettable farewell, ESPN. Sports historians even began calling the event the Hong Kong Heart, comparing it to Serena Williams' emotional farewell at the U.S. Open or Roger Federer's tearful last match alongside Nadal. Eala, barely 20, had already entered the history books, not just for her talent, but for the way she turned someone else's goodbye into a celebration of life and love. A shared dream lives on. Weeks later, as Katie began her recovery and new chapter as a commentator and ambassador for youth tennis, she posted a video message that went viral. To Alex, keep flying flag high. Watching you gives me hope for what's next in our sport. You're not just the future, you're the heart. Alex responded with a short message of her own. You taught me that real strength is gentle. Thank you, Katie. This one for you, always. Epilogue, the court of life. As the Hong Kong Open ended and another season of tennis began, the memory of that night lingered, a story that transcended stats, trophies, and headlines. In a sport often defined by rivalry, two women reminded the world that compassion is not weakness. It's the greatest form of strength. Katie Boulter walked away from the game she loved with dignity, her legacy secure. Alex Eala continued her rise, carrying that legacy into the future with every serve and swing. And in between them lies a story that will be told for generations, a story of friendship, respect, and the unbreakable spirit of the game. As the crowd once again filled the stands, a banner waved proudly. Thank you, Katie. Go, Alex. Tennis forever. And under those words, written in bold red letters, one simple phrase captured it all. Hashtag GetWellSoonKatie Red Heart. Hashtag Champions in Heart. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.